demais pra pobre coração que para pra te ver passar só pra me maltratar. Triste é viver na solidão. Triste é viver na solidão.
João Gilberto was a Brazilian guitarist, composer and singer, and was known as the father of Bossa Nova. His career stretched from 1949 to 2008, which is 59 years, which is a lifetime of work, basically. He pioneered using electronic amplification and recording techniques to create an intimate, quietly produced guitar and vocals combination. He worked quite a bit with fellow Bossa Nova person Tom Jobim, but his most famous collaboration was with the American Stan Getz on an album Getz/Gilberto, which included the track The Girl from Ipanema. Hi, my name's Dan, and this is a review of Amoroso by João Gilberto, probably pronounced wrong, which was a 1977 album, and it's my first time listening to this album, but not my first time listening to Mr. Gilberto, and I have enjoyed some of his stuff in the past, and I reasonably enjoyed this. So this is an album of Bossa Nova. He won a Grammy Award for Best Vocal Jazz Performance with this album, but in my private world of genre boundaries, this is not jazz. It's definitely not. It's Bossa Nova, and one of the many things that I'm learning as I go on this huge journey of reviewing these albums is what Bossa Nova is, a particular kind of Latin rhythm, and some of the history of it, and also that generally I like it. And despite the fact that in my youth, it's stuff that I would have dismissed out of hand quite readily. So it's got a Latin rhythm, which is done by a drum kit and done by strummed acoustic guitar, but it's the kind of acoustic guitar that a classical orchestra would use or classical music uses, rather than a steel-stringed folk acoustic guitar. And then this is backed by strings and other orchestral bits. It's sung mostly in Portuguese, I assume. One track, It's Wonderful, I presume that's how it's meant to be pronounced, is in English. And the lyrics for that are somewhat cheesy, so I prefer the Portuguese. I like it. Yeah, maybe it's all cheesy. Maybe it's just particularly cheesy in English. The vocals are close mic'd and low key. This is the sort of thing that Bossa Nova people did quite a lot. And so it's got this very light, relaxed feel to the vocals and the guitar, and therefore the whole thing has this lightness that I only seem to have ever come across anything quite this light in Brazilian music, and I love it. Wikipedia says on their page about this album that the strings do not overpower, and I think I agree, only just. So very much it is something that at the time would have been labelled as easy listening, and when I went to record shops at this sort of time and a bit later, there would often be a section. They would section music into, rock and soul and stuff. And easy listening was one of these sections that you'd find stuff in. And this would have been very much at home in that section. And it is something that I would have looked down my nose at that point. No more. I'm much more open to finding quality in different areas that I despised in my youth. So it is, though, definitely very easy to listen to. It's quite soporific. It's good calming music. It'd be a nice bit of music to put on. If you find music helps you to go to sleep. Not saying that it's boring. I'm just saying that it's got that kind of gentleness to it. It might work well for a dentist waiting room. Overall, it works, I would say. I do still have a mild aversion to string things being drenched in strings. There's been reviews recently that I I've really quite panned the strings. It was better handled than some albums on this, but I do wonder if the album would be better without the strings. But it would have to be arranged differently, I think. I can't tell. It was probably at the time almost certainly a commercial decision, which would have meant that it sold better because the general public who was into easy listening would really embrace something like this. So, interestingly, in the credits, I found that there are two different people who are credited as playing synth on the album. I think I spotted one bit of synth, but I didn't really hear that in the sonic palette, if you like, here. So, quite likes it, but not as much as some other bossa nova that I've come across while I've been on this quest. Yeah, reasonable. That's my opinion, though, and yeah, everybody can have their own opinion, and that's great. And I'd love to hear yours if you'd love to share, or even feel, gently inclined to share. I would, quite encourage you to do so by leaving a comment in the comments section for this video. But that's it from me for now.
Wonderful, marvelous, you should care for me, awfully nice, it's better.